Hi, everybody. It's Craig and Arun back with your Friday college football. We've got 3 games for you. We're going to cover every game this week, but hey, these are the 3 games for Friday. Don't forget, if you haven't done so, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. But let's get right to it. You're going to kick off the game 1 and 3. I'll do the second one. Colorado, Houston. We got Deion Sanders coming in 1-1, taking on Houston, undefeated on the year. Houston's favored by 5.5, total 44.5. What do you like in this one?
Yeah, it's, obviously you have Deion here and Willie Fritz here. The funny thing is the public is all over Houston, right? After Colorado's lost to Georgia Tech, the public's on Houston to about 70% here. But I got to tell you something about Colorado. This is the type of game that Colorado lives for, okay? And this is their 3rd game underneath their belt too. Georgia Tech is a good team, man. Don't hold that loss against them. And they lost 20-27 to Tech. That was a game where Colorado still, they were still in that game, right? And they fought back. I thought they did pretty well in that contest. You have a quarterback there that went 17 for 28 in the beginning. And then Colorado sort of had a letdown against Delaware a little bit here. They pushed on that total of 24. That's because Delaware was stunk it up against Delaware State. And that was a team that, that was a team obviously has former NFL experience with Deshaun Jackson there, right? Coaching that team. And so they got up for that game. So I don't think Colorado really played well last game. I don't think they really cared about that game. That was a contest where 2 quarterbacks played. It was a dual threat situation, and they ended up winning 31-7. I think Houston's really going to get challenged here. I think no one's giving Colorado a chance. These 2 teams have not played at all. This is the Big 12 opener as well. So Houston rolled in. They beat Stephen F. Austin 27-0. They beat Rice 35-9. They've covered both games. So why wouldn't you place them as a bigger favorite here, right? And when you see them against Rice, this is a Houston team that, pretty decent as far as balance, as far as passing and rushing. They passed for about 188 yards. But let me tell you something. A primetime game with Deion Sanders catching 5.5 points, not playing well against Delaware. Houston coming in riding hot, going 2-0. Give me Colorado plus the 5.5, man, on a total of 44.5. I do have a small lean on the under, but Colorado plus the 5.5.
Get in on our free $60 to check us out. All new customers, use the link docsports.com/ICCT. That'll get you a free $60 to check either me or Indian Cowboy, buy short-term or long-term passes, and check us out for free.
All right, Craig, Kansas State hooking up against Arizona here. You have Arizona as a -1 favorite. Kansas State is 1-2, right? They're coming off that loss to Army and the loss to Iowa State, but did beat North Dakota. And then you have Arizona here. 2 big wins against Hawaii and Weber. What do you like?
Yeah, Kansas State had a rough year. Remember, they're 0-3 against the spread. North Dakota almost beat them. They took a miracle to beat North Dakota in week 2. So you have a team that was ranked before, high in the preseason, right? I mean, played Iowa State pretty tough. I think Iowa State's going to be really good this year. I think they beat a good Iowa team last week. And then you see Arizona with 2 blowouts, and you're like, oh, now it's basically a pick-em game. I think that tells you how much people really respect Kansas State. Avery Johnson has not played a good game yet. I thought last week they kind of were caught looking ahead this week. And anytime you do that to Army, Navy, Air Force, that's how you get beat. And they did just that. There is no way they play down this week. And I think Arizona will not like what they're going to see with as a upset Kansas State team going to play smash mouth football. Avery Johnson's going to run the ball more with his legs. I think he's a nice throwing quarterback, but he can really run the ball. And I think they'll use it this week. I think it's going to be a shootout too. So I'd lean towards the over, but the stronger play. I want to take Kansas State. I think you're going to get 1.5. So if you wait till game time, but I think they win outright. Give me Kansas State in I won't say must win, but somewhat a must win. If they go 1-3, you kind of count this season over. So give me Kansas State as the small underdog.
Promo code for this week, WINNER10, WINNER 10. It gives you 10% off of any daily, weekly, or of course the yearly package, which saves you a ton of money. And I know you've been hanging around for what this week's promo code is, and it is WINNER10, WINNER 10. Gives you 10% off everything.
Now, last game, I see you're going to cover this one. New Mexico against UCLA. UCLA lost to UNLV at UNLV. I called that last week. I said, don't even worry about the points. UNLV is going to win outright. They did just that. Had to hold on late. UCLA did play much better in the second half. UCLA -60.5, total 53. What do you like here?
Yeah, I like UCLA here. I mean, the public's going to ride New Mexico, and that's okay. You have New Mexico with the first-year coach, Jason Eck, right? A tough road test here against UCLA. He was from Idaho. He posted a 26-13 record at Idaho. He did improve Memphis's defense. He's a defensive-minded coach. He improved him from like 96 to 53rd or something. So a pretty good defensive-minded coach here. They return about 1 offensive starter and 3 defensive starters. Yeah, it's not a bad New Mexico team, and I think they've actually done quite well. They beat Idaho State 32-22, but they might have been looking ahead to this game. They played, Michigan pretty tough, covering that 34.5. I give them credit for that. But then you have a UCLA team here that really, really needs to win. Okay. And they need to try to win big. They lost to UNLV, obviously 23-30. They lost a bad game to Utah as well. UCLA started this game really bad. They were down 23-3. And then they made a big comeback, but they fell short nearly at the end. But they still passed for about 255 passing yards, etc. I think this is a quarterback, obviously, from UCLA, the Tennessee transfer. I think he's kind of getting his feet wet. I do like UCLA to finally bust out and win big. And I think it makes sense. And I think they know the margin in which Michigan beat this team too. So I think that kind of plays into it as well. And I'm going to back UCLA minus the points here.
Yeah, remember UCLA, I should have mentioned this ahead of time, off next week. So they have a bye, and then they play Northwestern. I think it's Penn State, and then Michigan State. So this is kind of a must-win. Then you go into the bye week at least 1 and 2. You kind of feel maybe feeling yourself just a little bit. I think Utah's going to be really good. So I think that loss isn't going to look as bad. And I think UNLV, we talked about it. Just because Odom lost all his guys, I mean, Dan Mullen's a good coach, and he's shown it. So, maybe both those losses aren't as bad. So there's your 3 free plays for Friday. Don't forget, if you click at the end of this video, you can get the videos for all of our plays for this weekend. So you're going to have the Saturday college football, Sunday college football, and even Monday. So make sure you check out. We cover every game as a free pick. Also, don't forget, use that docsports.com/ICCT. That'll get you $60 free for all new customers. It won't work if you're an existing customer. If you're an existing customer, you can get our plays and you get 10% off winner 10. All right, guys, have a great day. See you again next time.